everyone, welcome back to JB's Budget Collecting and a Sunday whatever report. We didn't play D&D tonight. I was at a friend's wedding yesterday, so I didn't do our usual whatever report then. So we're here, we're hanging out on Sunday. We're probably going to keep this to like 30-ish minutes just because I got a couple other things I need to do before I head to bed and I got to work tomorrow. So excuse me, but I thought I'd, try to fit one in here, see what was going on, see how you guys were enjoying your weekend. I enjoyed my weekend. I, went to my friend's wedding. I got to catch the end of the Mizzou football game, which was ugly, but they managed to win. And then got to watch the Chiefs absolutely destroy the Raiders today, which is always a good thing. So that is, that's always a good thing. What are we drinking on Sunday? I had a few drinks at the wedding yesterday, and so tonight we're just sipping on some water. So nothing too exciting going on there. So we'll get right into what's coming up on the channel. I don't see anybody. I didn't post this till a little later, so there may not be too many people show up because this is not a usual time. Normally I'm playing D&D. Well, I say normally. We haven't got very many sessions in. We've had a bunch of stuff come up where we just haven't seemed to be able to get concurrent weeks going on our new D&D campaign. Hopefully soon we will finally get going and get more regular. I don't remember what I was going to say. So what is coming up on the channel? In theory, all the usual stuff. I know we have not been able to get, and we're not really far enough in yet that we could play without somebody. We probably could, but yeah, it would be a little more complicated. We are, no D&D. Things coming up on the channel. I did put out a couple videos this week. I put out a 5 reads that made me a fan. So a different kind of list where I talked about reads that had taken characters I didn't really care about or had no interest in and made me a fan of those characters. Had a few honorable mentions in there too. That was a fun kind of exercise to think about and revisit some stories. I did that based on having finished up, finally reading Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow was kind of what prompted that. So had that out, and then Saturday, obviously, we put out yesterday. The look back came out as always. Those are the most recent stuff I've had come out. This week, in theory, we're going to have a Cash or Trash tomorrow, but it may be a short list. I have not seen a video from Tom yet, and he has not posted a video for the trending comics this week. They seem to have gotten in a spell where they're putting them out on Mondays again. And CBSI did not do a list this weekend. There was no Friday list. I don't know. Maybe the writer had some conflict or whatever. So maybe there's going to be a Cash or Trash tomorrow. Maybe not. We will have to see. We'll just have to see what happens and what comes up. There will be a Let's Collect this week. I have all the information. I have not yet built the graphics and recorded it, but it should be Thursday. There should be a Let's Collect. It is a DC female. You may have a hint on who that is if you're paying attention to this video. Hey, Gordon, what is going on? It did? CBSI did? Because I was looking at the website earlier and it's not on there. So that's, I don't know. I haven't seen it. And if we're talking about Tom, he does 2 top 10s. Yeah, he does 2 top 10s. He put out his the back issues list, which he puts out the Hot 10 comic book back issues, which comes out always on Thursday or Friday. But his hottest trending comics of the week has not come out yet. So, but yes, he has 2 different videos that are kind of similar. one of it's mostly focused on bigger books, and the other one's focused on like the, whatever's happening that week, kind of a little more, can be newer stuff and that kind of thing. So yeah, there will be a Let's Collect this week. Hopefully there's going to be a Cash or Trash tomorrow. We'll see. And then Wednesday will be the return of an old friend of my channel, somebody who was one of the first people to be on my channel a lot, and we're bringing back a show we used to do. And so I haven't made a thumbnail for it yet. Other than the look back, one of the first things I did on my channel was a little something called Gotham City Chronicles, where my friend Kavi and I would, formerly Comic Books NYC. Now, I always say them in the wrong order. Panels, Pages, and Pixels, I believe. Not Pages, Panels, and Pixels, although he hasn't done a lot of content recently, are going to be jumping back into our favorite Bat stories, or just stuff we haven't read before. It's been several years since we've done one of these, for a couple of reasons. And yeah, we're talking and decided it was time. So we're going to be doing a review of Catwoman Lonely City on Wednesday. So that will be back. Look forward to that. Should be a good time. It's just going to be us. Now, when we did it before, we almost always had a guest. This time, this first one back, we're just doing the two of us. I don't know if we'll do guests again or if we'll just do the two of us going forward. But we're hoping to kind of revive it and have some fun with it. So that you can look forward to that this week as well. So there will be some extra video on my channel. I know I haven't been doing like indie show stuff. I haven't been doing a ton of thing. The other thing coming up, not on my channel, but not this week, but next week, which I got to get ready because I haven't really started diving in, is supposed to be hanging over on John's channel, discussing Hawkeye, the Matt Fraction Omnibus. It's only 24 issues. I just need to get started because I have not, because I've been reading other things, but that'll be coming up over on John's Comics for Kids. We kind of missed our September Omnibus discussion, so we're back here in October. Someone on Magic Glasses channel speculating about DC's Warlord because of dinosaurs. Okay, I'm not sure what the context is there, but sure. But yeah, so that's what is coming up. Things we'll be doing. So I got all of that coming. And the regular stuff, and hopefully maybe at some point we'll play D&D again. I know Gordon's probably like, what the heck is happening with you guys? You guys have become a big chunk of it was my fault, but then, yeah, since I've been back, others have had conflicts, so it just seems to be going that way. Well, and then most of it has been my fault. I have to take full blame. Most of the reason we haven't been playing has been my fault, but there's a couple of them that aren't, but most of them have been my fault. So, hopefully I shouldn't have any misses for the foreseeable. I think till December. I should be good till December, so we'll see. Hey, he remains. What's going on, sir? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so that is coming up. For channel members, we are getting middle of the month. Let's do a quick shout out to my channel members real quick. These are the folks that are helping me get through, help me cover those StreamYard costs, and keep this channel going. I really appreciate all these folks that are sticking with me. Coach Vic did upgrade himself from Robin tier to Titan tier, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we got a bunch of folks that are doing great things for the channel. I will say, I did try to give two things away at the end of September, which was re-give away the July one, re-give away and give away the September one. Once again, the July one is going to be given away again at the end of October because Blue Collar Dan has put it back in circulation because he was like, trying to get anything shipped to Canada right now is ridiculous. So don't worry about it. So we will try to give that July one away again. And plus, I got some other stuff coming for a October giveaway. So I don't have that stuff yet. But thanks to my members, I really appreciate you guys. And then let's move on to other topics. What do we pick up this week? Only thing we picked up this week is we had my Midtown order come, my pre-orders, and I only got 3 books this week. We got the Nightwing 131. I got the Dust in the Wind variant because, I'm a big fan of his art, and I just thought that was a super cool. I just think that's a super cool variant. So we got that one. I have not read this one yet. We got Catwoman. What are we up to? Issue 80. And I've been getting the Frank Cho variants for all the Catwoman books. We got another Frank Cho coming through. And then the one I did get that did come, these all came yesterday, but I only got to one of them. The one I did get read is Wonder Woman 26. You guys know I've been loving this Tom King run. Although this Mouseman story has been a little bit, it's dragged a little bit. I haven't found it super interesting. This issue was better, and hopefully the way it plays out, it has set up the finale of this story arc next issue. I'm very hopeful. I'm hoping we're going to move on from this, but it's not bad. This was better, but I'm hoping we're coming to the end of that here in the next issue or so. Homage on the her you didn't get the pumpkin spice cover. That was hot. I did not get the pumpkin spice cover. I did not. Hey Ken, what's going on? Hope you're having a good weekend. It's an anime homage to the hover bike. Okay. I didn't even. Let's see. I don't even know. Let's see if they have it on here. Which one? What the pumpkin spice cover was? It was like there was one where she was like in a different costume, and there was like pulling the threads or whatever. I don't know. That was an absolute Wonder Woman though one, I think. So I don't even know what the pumpkin spice one looked like for 26. To be honest, I just got the A. I haven't been buying a ton of variants lately. I'll be honest. I've been kind of. Maybe I'm a dud. Maybe I'm. There's her on a horse, her with the kid in the backpack punching somebody, and then her in front. So I don't even see a pumpkin spice for 26. You sure it wasn't for 25? There's a major art. There's a blank. Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, I have seen this one. This is the one you're talking about. Yeah, I didn't get it. I did see it. It was for 25, not for 26. Catwoman, not Wonder Woman. Oh, I did not. That one I definitely don't know what it. I did see the Wonder Woman. That one I definitely don't know what it looks like. I've been buying all the shows, so I just kept buying the shows. So right, wrong, or indifferent. This is what I did. Let's see. What does the pumpkin spice look like? 80 was her in a mirror, a little kid in a mirror. There's the Frank Cho I got. There's a meow. There is that one was kind of cool. I don't know who the artist is on that one, but on the bike. Yeah. Okay, no, I had not seen that one. I do kind of regret not going after that one. That one is super cool. Let's share that. Let's see if we can share that because that is cool. Let's see, share screen. Yeah, that one is cool. I had not seen that one. I did not even look at that one. I don't know if it was. I pre-order everything, so a lot of times the variants. So I just ordered like January books, like this last week, and a lot of through Midtown, and so a lot of times the variants aren't all shown when I make my order. And like Catwoman, not Wonder Woman. That's it. Yeah. So I don't always see them, but that's a cool one. That one I may have to like. If it doesn't go for like silly money, I may have to track down at some point. So we'll see. But yeah, that's a cool one. I like that one. interesting that that's pumpkin spice. A lot of them have been kind of suggestive. That one's just like cool and fun. I kind of like that one. So, but no, I did not. I did not grab it. I probably can get it probably pretty easy. So, I did actually just buy a bunch of variants, but most of those, more than half of those, are going to future giveaways for the channel. I did make a little variant purchase from a little online store that I like, that I've bought some stuff from, and it was like, well, online eBay, actually 2 online eBay stores that I've bought some variants and stuff for pretty cheap. And yeah, so I got those coming, which is going to be part of your guys' October and November and December giveaway. But this was not one that was in that. This was not when I got it. So, oh well. So no, that's super cool. So that is what we picked up this week. Not a whole lot. I'll be honest, I haven't really been. I mean, between my vacation and then my sister and I went to the football game this month, and I knew we were going to do that and several other things, I haven't really bought comics. In terms of, I did spend a little bit of comic money, like I said, on those variants, so I could have some prizes and stuff to give away. And I did make a recent omnibus order that isn't here yet. But otherwise, I haven't really bought comics for a while, and I haven't really bought particularly like keys or things that are on my want list. I really just haven't put out any effort. So yeah, this fall was better. I still think there's Poison Ivy 37 foil is a showstopper. This fall one was better. I think the Poison Ivy number 37 this fall was a showstopper. Okay, I got to look at that one. I don't know if I know what that one looks like either. I haven't done a great job. I've kind of just been like not really paying attention to variants for a while, so I probably should do a better job. I'll be honest. Let's see the 37. Let's see if this is a showstopper here. Come on. 37. All right, let's see. Oh, I did see this one. Okay, I did see this one where her hair, like the leaf, like her outfit is like, instead of just being green leaves, it's like colored leaves and stuff. Yeah, we'll share that again too. So yes, I did see that one. I don't know that I realized it was the pumpkin spice when I saw it, but yes, I did see that one. Oh, there's a foil version that's going for big money. Okay, I got you. Mm-hmm. But no, that is a pretty. I don't usually do a lot of Sergi because he does a lot of them are like store exclusives, and I try to avoid store exclusives for the most part. But yeah, I think that that's just so. But that's a pretty good one. So, family more important than I mean, I guess sort of. So. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That may be one I have to track down at some point too. I did, because one of the things I did buy, like, so I bought some stuff for you guys, and then for me, there was the couple of things that I got that were just for me. A couple of them were Poison Ivy variants that I had missed out on, and it's like that was not one of them I grabbed. So in the future, I guess we'll have to add that to the list. So yeah, let's get into where we at. What are we reading? Well, I just talked about what I need to be reading. I have not started. I've read this previously. I've not started my reread on this yet. I will probably start my reread on this that we're going to talk about Wednesday when I get off of here, when I get done with you guys. At least that is the plan, because I don't know that I'm going to spend any more time on my book tonight. And then obviously I'm going to start reading that Hawkeye. The things I read this week, I did give you guys a book review for Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow, which was kind of a middle school age, probably targeted, I would guess. Not quite young adult book that I enjoyed. It is not, like, I was a big fan, even as an adult, of like the Percy Jackson books. When they first started coming out, I haven't read any of them in a long time. Obviously, I was a big fan of Harry Potter back in the day. It gives you some of those vibes, some of those feels of those two series. I don't know that this one is quite as well rounded. It also feels like it's maybe written for even slightly younger than both of those books, or both of those series. It's written a little slightly younger, but I enjoyed Morgan. I will probably, there's like 2 more books that are out on this series. I'll probably get them at some point, and keep it going. It's just kind of it was a fun light read. Completely the opposite of the other book I am reading currently, that I am about, where am I at? I'm 170 pages into this 400-page book. We're on my nonfiction. This was a recommend for my sister, who is a history teacher. And normally, like, if she gives me a nonfiction recommendation, I usually think they're fantastic. They're usually fantastic. They're just great. I'm not sure what I feel about this one yet. I'm at 170 pages in. Part of it's just the subject matter. It's not something I typically try to read about, but this is an interesting twist and take. This is Carolyn Fraser's Murderland, Crime and Bloodlust in a Time of Serial Killing. And it is mostly focused on like the Northwest, where a ton of these folks operated in the 60s and 70s. And she is making a tie through that's obviously not exact, but making a tie to the fact that almost all of these serial killers that we saw in the 60s and 70s grew up in the shadow of smelters, of heavy metal, iron, zinc, copper smelters that would put tons of lead and arsenic into the environment back then. And most of this was happening when these guys were kids in the 40s and 50s. There were no environmental standards. They were just dumping, like they talk about, like how this arsenic would become like this white powder and just be dumped on the ground, like, and coat the ground. And like all of these guys, Ted Bundy and a bunch of these other, Ted Bundy is mostly the one that we're talking about the most, but she's touching base with several other serial killers from the time that either grew up in the shadow of the same one that he did in Tacoma, Washington, or in the shadow of others in other parts of the country. And it's interesting. I'm not sure, like, I don't dislike her writing style, but she hasn't quite pulled it all together for me yet. But we're still only 170 into a 400-page book. At the moment, we're deep into Bundy is going about his deeds. So, but it's an interesting concept. It's an interesting thought that I've never really seen somebody bring forward before. I don't typically read true crime stuff, and it's not one of the ones that usually draws me in, but so that's probably part of what's going on here, why I haven't quite been super engaged in this one. I've been a little slow in getting through this one. Typically I would probably be like 2/3 of the way through it, and I'm not quite half. But it is an interesting concept that she's putting forward here. And like the ties are pretty obvious when you think about what high levels of lead and arsenic do to people, and that these guys didn't, like, the disorders that these men had. It's more than circumstantial that it probably was part of what was going on with these people, was the fact that they were poisoned, like, from the time they were little kids, and like their brains and stuff didn't probably develop correctly. That, you see this kind of stuff, particularly from like lead poisoning and this detachment. And yeah, so it's a very interesting, but I'm not like 100% like, yes, this is the way, or this is really good. We'll see where we get to before she wraps it up. It is interesting. She's been off on a couple of tangents that I'm not sure how she's going to bring back together in terms of talking about some other things going on in the Northwest that, in addition to the smelter and some other stuff, there's a lot of talk about a highway and some other things going on. And I'm not sure how she's going to tie them back to the serial killers and that kind of stuff. There's some other things. So that's where I'm at. Like I said, we got a ways to go, but that's what I'm reading at the moment. I can only read so much of it at a time, I think is really where it's at. It's not that it's not interesting, but I'm just not a true crime kind of guy. So it's like, okay, I get enough of Ted Bundy and I got to read something else. Yes, I think, for a terrible way to put it, one of the more successful, although I do wonder if it's that, if the reason we don't have them nowadays is because he should have been caught repeatedly and was not, based on just the way the police operate now, compared to the way they would operate now. He should have been caught much quicker. But he is, we're in 74, and he clearly killed people before 74, but in 74 he took it to another level. And the fact that they haven't caught him stuns me. Because I know he doesn't get caught for a while, and the fact that they are not about to catch him, where I'm at in the story, is holy crap, our police there was some incompetence going on. It wasn't incompetence, just the way, but I mean, yeah, compared to now, it was. Yes. And I think we do. I mean, with DNA, DNA evidence would have got him super quick, but it's interesting, the number of people that saw the sketch when the first sketches came out. The part of the book I am now is he just was reckless. He went to this beach where there were a ton of people in the summer on a July weekend, and he abducted 2 separate women during the same day at the same beach, using the same stick, with his car in sight. And people saw him talking to these women before they disappeared. And there's a sketch of him that everybody's like, wow, really looks like him. And then, but nobody, even the people that are connecting the dots are nah, it's probably not him. It couldn't be him. And it's but some of them did call, but he did, at least, I don't know exactly. I don't remember all the details. It's been a long time since I've so how he gets away with it, how he escapes and continues to do this for 3-4 more years, how he doesn't get caught right now in July of 74, I don't know. But another, meanwhile, but she's also talking about other serial killers, and there's another one, and I forget which one they and she says the guy's name here, but I don't remember. But he had a name not the Son of Sam or anyway. His name isn't as recognizable, but it's where's it at? Warren Leslie Forrest, who was and he captures this woman, ties her up after he's done awful things to her, leaves her alive, and drives away, and is going to come back later. She escapes, out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, finds her way out of the woods. A guy finds her, and she gives him the description of the guy who did this to her. White male, blah, 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 X height, with a big mustache, in a blue van. He takes her to the police or whatever, and then he tells his colleague that he works with, who happens to be our guy who drives a blue van and has a big mustache and fits the description. It's like, yeah, it's almost like she was describing you. And he's like, wow, I guess I should paint my van and like shave off my mustache then. It's like, oh, it's like, seriously? Like, but it also goes to how charismatic some of these guys were, like the way to talk people into like trusting them. It's just, yeah. So, but yes, the police, some of the stuff is just like, really? I mean, yeah, you feel sorry for these, but it's an interesting that she's tying it to like environmental factors that probably from the time these were little, when they were little kids, that they were exposed to all these chemicals that it's not an excuse, but it probably explains some of their behavior. Not that they were the only kids that grew up in the shadow of this stuff, but clearly there's clearly some kids were altered in this way that made, yeah. So it's just interesting, but we'll see. It's not a page turner, at least not for me. Although her writing style actually is, I mean, it's pretty good, but it's more the subject, I think. It's not quite, yeah, something that I'm like, oh, I got to keep reading. So, all right, with that, we are at 30 minutes. I haven't really watched anything this week. I watched some football this weekend. Was super happy like that my Tigers, despite playing terribly, found a way to beat Auburn last night. I don't know if that was more Auburn or more us, but we'll take it. And of course, my Chiefs rolled over the Raiders today. Sorry, Hialeah, but not sorry. Yeah, so like I said, in theory, there'll be a caster trash tomorrow. We'll see. For sure, Wednesday, I'm going to be talking Catwoman Lonely City with my buddy Kavi. This will be awesome. We have not done a video for a while. And yeah, he was one of the first people that supported me on YouTube and then joined me on my channel and did a regular show. Definitely the first one did a regular show with me. So looking forward to having Kavi, getting back together with him and talking a little Batman. Well, in this case, Catwoman. And then a week or so away, we're going to do the Hawkeye Omnibus on John's channel. I will also have a Let's Collect out this week. And yeah, that's about it. There's my man Daymars. Hope he's having a good weekend. I did get, you were the other winner of my September stuff. I did get that shipped Thursday finally. Your prize is shipped. So Thursday or Friday, I shipped it. I think maybe it was Friday. So, but yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I don't think I have anything else. Unless you guys got something, I guess. Well, yeah, we should go to the. I don't want to go too much longer, but yeah, we can. If you guys got something you want to ask me, yeah, we could maybe go to 40 minutes or 5 or 7 minutes. You don't need to mail me anything. No rush. I know you were going to send me something, but you send it when you send it. I'm not worried about it. So, besides, I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to be sending you something. It was not supposed to result in you sending something back to me. How's the cat? She has abandoned me at the moment. She's upstairs. She is good. She is. She's feisty and fun, and yeah, she is. Changed some of the way that she plays, but so I've had to find new ways to entertain her. But she is, she's a good cat. I am glad to have a cat again. I am definitely, it's been worthwhile. So still not quite ready to have a dog again, but I am glad that I have a cat again. So, well, with that, unless you guys got something else, you guys got another minute or two. I'll give you another minute or two if you got something you want to ask about, something you want to talk about. But otherwise, I'm going to roll out of here pretty quick. Anything else coming up that I need to let you guys know about on the channel? I can't think of anything. Nothing I can think of. I do have. I will next month. I need to call them tomorrow. I need to get that phone number looked up and call them tomorrow. But I will next month have surgery on my other foot. I will not be down for nearly as long. So really, I don't know that you'll miss any content. So I'll probably have the content put together for that weekend, because I'm having it on a Friday again, for that weekend done beforehand. And then, yeah. And I'm not going to be non-weight bearing, but I will be unable to drive for a few days. But yeah, so. Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. You're good. Fly through that book. That's what I thought I was going to try to do, but I haven't. I gotta read Catwoman. I gotta get started on Hawkeye, so it's probably going to take me a little bit. It'll probably take me a few more nights to get through it. So, and I could try to read a little bit longer tonight. Maybe try to get at least to the halfway point. I got 30 pages. That's not that far. Oh, here we go. We got part 2 is at page a little after 200. So like 208. So I got, 205, it looks like. So yeah, on page 206 is the start of part 2. So that is 35 pages. So I'll try to get to there. And then maybe do a little Catwoman before I go to bed. So, I mean, it's interesting. It is an interesting book, but yeah, it's not my usual. Like, I like a lot of nonfiction. I read about horrible stuff that's happened. But yeah, it's not my usual thing, but it is an interesting, like the link she's making to what we did to ourselves a little bit, and how recently, like, some of that is, and how old some of those people are. Like, I mean, he's not much older than, like, he is, but he's not he's like 6 or 7. He was born in, I forget now, not that much older than like my parents. So less than 10 years older than both of them, or would have been, I should say. He's obviously, but they didn't, obviously they grew up in a rural area. They didn't have to worry about that, but it's interesting. And like, and you hear all these things that, all these the lies they told to be able to continue to smelt and just dump this poisons on the public, that lived in the shadow of these smokestacks, and people want to have like no regulation on corporations. It's like, they will just kill us all if it's going to make them $1, they will kill us all. They don't care. Like, it's crazy. So, yeah. So maybe don't trust really rich people. Like, yeah, maybe don't trust billionaires. I'm just saying. So, all right, with that, I'm gonna get out of here, and we will talk to you later. I appreciate you all, and yeah, where's my outro? Well, let's shout out my channel members one more time. Oh, gotta get Gordon's comment off so I can shout them all out. Cheers to all of them from Old Wolf, and yeah, with that. Go away. There it is. See ya.